You're watching SportsBeat.
SportsBeat is live. Great to have you with us for a Cinco de Mayo special tonight. I'm Jeremiah Jensen. This is Spencer Linton. And we are playoff mode activated, a full NBA postseason rundown. What's the most realistic move for the Utah Jazz this summer? Local rookies at NFL camps, plus a fiesta of must-see great clips. But we begin our rundown tonight in Portland.
Yes, game time for Dame time. Former Weber State great Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers not 48 hours removed from an extraordinary, as in first 4 overtime NBA playoff game in 66 years, suspense thriller win on Friday night. Portland leading Denver 2-1 in their Western Conference semifinal best of 7. What would Game 4 offer as an encore?
I'm still tired from watching that game. I can't imagine playing 2 days later. Nuggets' first 2 points of the game felt like an omen. Jamal Murray.
Oh!
If this were a game of horse, crown him right now. What a shot. He was just getting started. No need to get cute on this play. Powers his way to the hoop for a hammer dunk. Murray had 34 points. Damian Lillard made sure the Blazers kept pace, though. One of his 2 steals leads to an easy bucket on the other end. And this is terrific. Perfect use of the ball fake to create time and space for the open 3. It counts, and he's fouled. Just before the end of the first half, Seth Curry, brother of Steph Curry, takes and makes a wild shot at the buzzer. Playing a lot better than Steph right now. Blazers led by 6 at the break. Third quarter, Paul Millsap had a big game, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 2 of 3 from 3. The Nuggets outscored the Blazers 27-14 in the third. The Blazers battled back. Lillard, a deep 3, but Nikola Jokic was just too good. The triple-double, including that assist. And the Nuggets have evened the series, sending it back to Denver, tied at 2. The Joker has great handles on the court, but could use some work when handling a microphone. Oops.
I'll see your Western Showdown and raise you Game 4 of Toronto and Philly in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Joel Embiid, still tall, still dunking JJ. A quiet 11 points for the 76ers, however. His star counterpart, Pascal Siakam, playing with an injured calf, scored just 9. So other stars assemble. Jimmy Butler, friendly banking hours in Philly. 29 points, 11 rebounds for the Sixers. But Toronto's Kawhi Leonard even better. His Raptors up 1 with a minute left. Oh, that's Kawhi with a KO. Raptors now up 4. 39 points for Kawhi. Toronto evens the best of 7 series at 2 games apiece. Game 5 in Toronto on Tuesday.
Rudy with a hammer. Missed the jam. Oh, Donovan. Pass ahead. And then there's your man.
Favors mid-ang to the front court. Cross-court pass to Donovan. Catch and shoot 3. Swish!
While the playoffs roll on, the Utah Jazz have begun their work in the offseason to get better. A 50-win season was cool, but the Jazz have greater goals.
Indeed. If the Jazz are serious about being an NBA contender, Utah needs more talent. It's clear, unlike last summer, that significant changes are coming for the 2019-2020 Utah Jazz.
Very good team. You know, the results told us that we don't have a great team.
It's clear after the Rockets series that the Jazz need to be better offensively. Shooting is at a premium in today's NBA, and the Jazz need more of it.
Adding a sniper at any position is something that we're going to have to strongly evaluate.
There are plenty of big names available this summer in free agency, and the Jazz have the cash to get their attention. There is urgency to surround Rudy and Donovan with more talent while they have the cap space to do so.
I'm excited. We're excited about the challenge, and we're sitting with a good set of options, and that's the quarter that you want to be in, where we have a bunch of people that are interested in how we play and what we're doing, and the community as well that we're doing it in.
They have some tough decisions to make with the current roster. If they renounce Derek Favors, they can create $17 million in cap space. But when you consider Derek's value to the franchise, that would be a very difficult decision.
Derek Favors isn't part of the problem, he's part of the solution.
I prefer to come back here. I have a team option. I need that option picked up. So, the grass not always green on the other side, so I'm not going to look at it that way, saying I can start on most teams and, I won't out or whatever. I'm not going to look at it that way. I'm happy in the situation that I'm in the position that I'm in. I think it's good for me and the organization. So, we'll see what happens.
They also have a tough decision to make on Ricky Rubio, who is an unrestricted free agent. Ricky may be the best option if they strike out with other top-tier free agents.
I'm going to try to find the best situation for me to perform and to be happy.
We're going to put Ricky inside of our tiers free agency. He'll be part of it. He's got a decision to make on his end. We got a decision to make on our end, but there's a lot of scenarios that I could see Ricky back. We really appreciate who he is. We think we can get him better. We know who he is, and we know he has Jazz DNA.
There may also be opportunities to improve the roster via trade. All options are on the table as Dennis Lindsey and his staff tackle the challenge of taking the Jazz to the next level.
We're very confident in our state, our city, and our organization, and so we'll get in there and see what's available to us, but we're confident we can continue to move the group forward. We're not far away.
So Dennis says the Jazz are not far away. I agree with him. I think they just need to add one more big name. Doesn't have to be an all-star, but somebody that complements Rudy and Donovan. So who do you think that guy is in free agency?
Dialing up Kemba Walker.
Okay.
So the Jazz front office would do themselves a great service if they could sign another legitimate scoring guard. Kemba fits that billing. We're talking about a guy that averaged a career-best 25 points a game, 6 assists per game. Walker and Donovan Mitchell, yes, please.
I like that.
Is it likely? Probably not, but why not give it a legit push?
Sure, yeah. Go kick the tires on that. And he would take the pressure off Donovan having to be a primary ball carrier and a decision maker. Kemba would be an upgrade there. So I like Tobias Harris. I think he's a realistic option. I don't know how he fits in Philly right now. They can obviously offer him more money and more years, but Tobias Harris is the playmaker that the Jazz could use. He can score off the dribble. He can score from three. He's kind of that stretch guy that they need.
6'9", he can do it all.
And here's the other thing I like about Tobias Harris. He's 26 years old. He's still not fully developed. I think Quinn Snyder and that staff could bring out the best in Tobias Harris, and that could be the scorer and playmaker that the Jazz need to pair with Donovan and Rudy Gobert.
Now, if Kemba and Tobias are both gone, that would be unfortunate, but at least the Jazz seem to have some guys they can fall back on with Ricky Rubio and Derek Favors.
Yes, certainly. And the unfortunate thing is if you're going to go after one of those guys, you probably have to let Derek Favors go. So tough decisions this summer for Dennis Lindsey and the Utah Jazz.
Cannot wait.
Great clips of the week.
So this is anything but great from Channing Frye of the NBA's Cleveland Cavaliers.
Whoa!
Because he may have just won the award for worst first pitch of 2019. At the Cleveland Indians game today, Frye delivered a first pitch for the ages for all the wrong reasons, just a bit outside. Now, the irony here is he broke down all of the worst first pitches in recent memory on the Indians pregame show and couldn't avoid this debacle.
Join the club.
Vaughn into the windup in his first offering. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Thanks, Bob Uecker. Milwaukee Bucks guard Pat Connaughton giving Channing Frye a run for his money in the worst first pitch of 2019 category. Now, this is worse in my opinion because Pat Connaughton was drafted by the Baltimore Orioles in 2014.
What?
I think basketball was the right choice,
Yes.
Pat.
Just about being a lady.
Lillard with 47 tonight. Working it down to 2-1. A deep three. Oh! What? Blazers win the series. A walk-off three from Lillard.
Lego Lillard from the mind of @GoldYeller on Twitter. His name is Jared Jacobs. He's been recreating iconic sports moments for the last 5 years. Spent 40 hours on the Dame Time buzzer beater.
Time well spent, in my opinion. All right, Steph Curry can do just about anything he wants with the basketball. That wasn't the case in Game 3 against the Rockets. This makes us all feel a lot better, right? One of the greatest players in the world.
Just stay below the rim.
He does what we've often done. Yeah, not quite good enough.
It wasn't the smoothest of Saturday nights for the Golden State Warriors in Houston. Of course, they lost the game. Draymond Green is a large man caught in an abyss of much smaller Rockets dancers. Get out of there, Draymond.
He's going to get hurt.
Hey, I can appreciate his agility to avoid any and all contact, making his way back to the Warriors bench. Whoa! Look out!
NBA players,
look out,
some
Draymond.
of the best athletes in the world. He's proven it there. You know how else proved it? Clint Capella.
Whoa!
Boy, get out of here. None shall pass. Clint Capella denies Andre Iguodala's dunk attempt in Game 3. Capella finally showed up, and the Rockets finally get a win in that series.
Talk to the hand. This is one of the best baseball plays I've seen in maybe forever. It's in the minors. Myrtle Beach.
What just happened?
Pitcher Javier Assad has trouble fielding the bunt, so he kicks the ball to the first baseman for the out.
Skills.
That is unbelievable. Holy cow.
Hey, it all counts as an out. Doesn't matter how you get it done. All right, there's video bombing, and then there's whatever the heck this is. The Missouri Tigers baseball team knighting a teammate after the win. Yeah, I'm not sure what he did to earn that great honor, but that's next-level stuff to still the show in the background. Yeah, full-on knighting ceremony, complete with robes, hydration, a catcher's mask crown, and oh, not done because you have to do more than just one great showing. How about a boxing match breaking out behind the Tigers with a knockout performance?
Ah, yes. A vicious finish in the MMA. This from Bellator, Raymond Daniels. The roundhouse stuns his opponent.
Good night.
Uses his fist instead of his foot. Nighty-night, as my friend Jeremiah Jensen would say.
Good night. All right, time to pay some bills, but we're just getting started. NFL rookies report for duty.
You'll hear from our new batch of locals in the NFL as they hit the practice field for the first time in NFL gear.
Renfroe to left field, high, deep, and a grand slam to walk it off.
4 walk-offs, 3 grand slams, actually 4 grand slams, 3 walk-offs. One game featured both. A wild Sunday in Major League Baseball coming up.
My whole attitude is there's nothing he can do to get me kicked out of the ball game.
And we turn back the clock 25 years. Dennis Rodman versus Karl Malone and John Stockton. Jazz Spurs, 1994, one of the great playoff wins in Jazz history. It's tonight's archive.
Don't mess with John Stockton.
You're watching SportsBeat.
Welcome back, and as promised, we have some great moments from a wild Sunday in Major League Baseball. But first, let's check in with the Salt Lake Bees.
The weather in Utah hasn't exactly been accommodating for the Bees, and neither of their opponents, for that matter, thus far equaling a 10-18 start to the season. So show me something good today.
Not so much. Well, this play was good. Entering Sunday's game against first place El Paso, bottom of the 4th, Bees first baseman Matt Thaiss tracking a foul ball and makes the catch against the net. So yeah, that was good. But in the bottom of the 9th, the Chihuahuas scoring a wild pitch to win the game. They walk off on a wild pitch. Ugh. They wrap up their 4-game series tomorrow. Now time for the best and the big, starting with this walk-off.
At first. That one's hit well and deep. And this one is gone. Walk it off, Pirates. They come all the way back. Down 2 in the 13th. Starling Marte is the star today.
Yes, he is. Starling Marte goes yard for the Pirates.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
You had to.
Terrible. He plays hero for Pittsburgh with a 3-run walk-off homer in the 13th to beat the A's.
Dixon pokes it to right. Soler drifting back. Does it have enough legs? We're
Brandon Dixon is no Pirate, but he's pretty good in a pinch. Comes off the bench and walks it off for the Tigers with a 3-run shot in the 10th. This is the day after the Tigers lost to the Royals 15-3. Sweet revenge.
SoCal baseball now. The Dodgers and Padres in San Diego. Manny Machado, $300 million man, spinning and winning for the out. High-quality baseball. Let's get dramatic now. Bottom 9, San Diego trailing by 1. Bases loaded. Enter Hunter Renfroe.
Renfroe to left field, high, deep, and a grand slam to walk it off. Hunter Renfroe, the grand slam off Kenley Jansen, and the Padres come
A pinch hit grand slam. Renfroe's second of his career, and it's a walk-off to beat the Dodgers. Are the Padres worth watching this year? Maybe.
Red Sox have 3 hits in the inning, but none for extra bases. There's a high deep drive down the left field line. Hugging the corner, back it goes, and it is gone.
Xander Bogaerts, that's German for grand slam, his 5th of his career. The Red Sox score 7 in the 8th to beat the White Sox 9-2. That's not really German, though.
Bregman sends one deep to center. Trout at the wall looks up. It's a grand slam for Alex Bregman.
If Viva Mexico! More Grand Slams. Alex Bregman clears them all. The Astros beat the Angels again in Monterrey, Mexico, 10-4.
Out to deep center field. Bader back. On cue!
Keeping count, that's 4 Grand Slams today for the majors. Chris Bryant and the Cubs sweeping the Cardinals. 13-5, your final. They're in first place.
You like that? This is unbelievable. Giants and Reds, bottom of the first. Those Cincinnati bats were red hot.
And this ball is in the air to right field. And this one is gone. Big lead, and now Winker. And this one is hammered into deep right center field. Can't laugh about that. And now Dietrich. Way back.
3 pitches, 3 home runs. Since he led 4-zip, top 9, now tied at 4. San Francisco's Brandon Crawford. Pinch hit, 2-run home run gives the Giants a lead. The Reds add 1 more run, but San Fran secures the comeback. Giants win 6-5.
Jeff Samardzija might want to lay low for a while. I think he's wanted by the law. The play of the day in Major League Baseball was made by Asdrubal Cabrera of the Texas Rangers.
Oh, my.
Yes, he did. He just turned a double play while sitting on his wallet.
A beauty from his booty.
Nice. The Rangers beat the Blue Jays 10-2. It's a disappointing watching the Jazz playoffs come to an end and not seeing the Jazz compete this time of year. So to cheer up Jazz fans, we thought it'd be fun to turn back the clock 25 years in this week's archive to the day when the team won a playoff series against the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, rewind to 1994. The Jazz and Spurs in the first round of the playoffs. Pre-Chicago Dennis Rodman, Madonna, and physical play, of course, provided plenty of drama.
The Jazz and Spurs met in the first round in 1994, a contentious and physical series that featured plenty of altercations. John Stockton and David Robinson got into it in Game 1. Jerry Sloan was ejected.
Now Sloan is going to get a tee and be ejected. He's out of here.
Talk about your injection and what happened down there tonight.
I just got kicked out. Said something, I guess, wrong.
Tom Chambers was sent to the showers in Game 2, as was Dennis Rodman, after this cheap shot against Stockton that earned the Worm a 1-game suspension.
I shouldn't have said anything. That's not my style, and I regret having said anything.
It had to feel a little good, though. It had to.
I don't know about that. It never feels good to break character.
I think that I bring a lot to this game. I think I bring a lot of excitement to this game. I think people like to see the blonde-haired bomber going out there and doing his thing.
My whole attitude is there's nothing he can do to get me kicked out of the ball game, and that's what it is.
I'm going to come out tomorrow, they're going to boo the man. They're going to do everything they can to distract me, but it's not going to distract Dennis Rodman. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to do anything. I'm ready to go to war. If they want to go to war, I'm ready to rock and roll.
His antics on the court and his relationship with Madonna off the court became a distraction for the Spurs.
Concerns me. I mean, he's a member of this team. He needs to be a part of this team.
And the underdog Jazz took advantage.
Karl Malone with a 23-footer.
Karl Malone averaged 29 points and 12 rebounds, leading the Jazz to a 3-1 series victory.
Taken away by Benoit. This game is over, and this series is over.
So that was one of those playoff series that, as I look back on Jazz history, that really stands out for all those reasons. The Rodman thing, David Robinson, one of the greatest players of all time. They went down there, beat him in 4 back when there was a 5-game series in the first round. So, and also notice the physical play back in the 90s. Come on, you don't like James Harden's flops and all the stuff that goes on in the league right now.
I wish we still had some of that.
Yeah, it'd be fun to kind of get back to a little bit of that, not too much because we don't want it to turn into WWE. But
oh, the Worm!
A lot of good memories.
He belongs in the WWE. Right?
I think he spent some time in there with Karl Malone.
He was there.
So. All right.
Can Tom Hackett? This week he tries to recreate one of the most impressive goals in RSL history. Here's a hint: it didn't go well.
Whoops. One of the most impressive goals in Real Salt Lake history came off the foot of Kyle Beckerman. a 30-yard golazo against the Timbers back in 2017.
Now, since RSL hosted the Timbers this weekend, our own Tom Hackett thought he would try to recreate the Becker bomb in this week's edition of Can Tom Hackett?
Aye, aye, aye. Welcome to episode 2 of Can Tom Hackett. That's how Kyle runs.
It was July 19th of 2017, up there at Providence Park, and 10 minutes into Real Salt Lake's encounter with the Portland Timbers, Kyle Beckerman decided to hit an absolute peach from 30 yards out that just crept under the crossbar and nestled ever so slightly into the side netting.
It's all right. I'm gonna go put this thing up, and then I'll warm up, and then we'll, what a strike, Kyle. You ready? That would come off the toe a bit. To be able to get the ball up in the air with enough dip to just creep under the post. Right now they're bouncing in. All right, you ready? Oh! That's the one. That's too high.
Director of PR and web content for Real Salt Lake, Matt Gash, saw me struggling, so he offered some wise words of advice.
I think it's all about effort.
Okay.
And trying hard.
Okay,
So
Matt.
you try hard? Yeah.
That sucked.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think I'm doing?
I mean, I see a little bit of try hard coming out here, but
I'm a complete and utter mess.
Well, Matt was no help. Fortunately, the man who assisted this goal came to the rescue, Tony Beltran.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. How's it
So
going?
where were you when this happened?
So, little known fact, I actually got the assist on this goal.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I passed it to Kyle. He shot it. I was about right here.
And he nearly took your head off.
He nearly took my head off. You ever seen Neo from The Matrix?
Uh-huh.
Mine was better. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know who it was that he nearly killed.
That was me.
That was you.
That's about where it went. And that's, from this angle, he didn't really have much curve on it. He just hit it so hard it dipped.
Yeah, it
like
dipped.
This.
That's hard to do.
Incredible. All right, well, I just want to say hi. I'll leave you to it.
Okay, man.
Good luck.
We look forward to seeing you back in the Claret and Cobalt.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Tony Beltran just came out, offered me a few words of advice. If that doesn't get you up and about, then go to your bed and sleep the rest of the day. Because now I'm up and about, I'm ready to go. Oh my word! That was vicious. Oh my gosh, that's close. Done for, I'm done. Done. Get the camera. Get that camera out of my face, we're done. Turn this nonsense off. Turn it off. And Kyle Beckerman, I salute you. Righto, failed miserably. Can't feel my groin, neither my quad. Worried my leg was going to fall off when I kicked the next ball. But just spoke to Kyle Beckerman, captain himself, and he said, I didn't have the adrenaline of game day. So I think that's the problem. Gaffer Mike Petke, if you're listening, hire me up. I'll score a perler by ow.
Prayers up for Tom Hackett's ego. Ice up, son.
He needs a lot more than that.
All right, a week ago, RSL lost to the LA Galaxy, but the story that everyone was talking about was Zlatan Ibrahimovic coming into the RSL locker room after the game to apologize for his antics during the game, and Natum telling him to get out.
Come on, Zlatan. What did Mike Petke think of Zlatan coming into his locker room? He discussed it with Brian Dunseth on this week's edition of The Mike Petke Show, available on the KSL TV app and KSLSports.com.
After the game ended, I went in, I addressed the team, I talked to them, we had a conversation, and then I went for a walk, which I usually do after almost every game. Yeah. Whether it's calling Craig Weibel, my general manager, calling my wife, or just getting away to
give yourself a minute.
Yeah, give myself a minute. As I'm walking back, I see Zlatan walking out of the locker room. And I got up there, and then I was told that he approached inside the locker room. You hit it on the head. I don't know what the protocol is. I have no idea what the protocol is. I know that there's been many times that I've gone to a locker room in 20 years in this game.
Yeah.
And I've asked to see somebody.
Yeah, which is a buddy or
I'm trying to remember any time that I've entered a locker room. Anybody out there saying Natum's soft? Natum, to me, is the strongest guy in this league. Natum, to me, could literally do a Larry, Curly, and Mo to anybody in this league and just bop them on the head, and they'll go into the ground, okay? Natum would never have said that if the altercation didn't happen after the game, okay? All of a sudden, he's asked afterwards what happened in the locker room. You know, and what happened in the locker room, somebody came in who was saying this, and this to me, and he was conducting himself in, for me, not good for the game, not professional, and I reacted. I reacted by not accepting his apology. If I did that to a referee, if I did that to LA Galaxy, if myself and Scalotto were screaming at each other and we came face to face, and then I went into a locker room, I'm pretty certain I would not be sitting here right now on this show because I would be banned, fired, exiled, whatever it is. Now, again, to go back to what I told you before about the fourth official, I'm not here advocating for anything to happen to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. It's over, whatever. I am anxious to see what happens, though. Yeah. I'm anxious to see what protocol, because I know if Kyle Beckerman, if Nick Armando, if Corey Baird, whoever it is, did the same thing, I'm pretty certain yesterday I would have found out that I don't have him for 5-6 weeks.
We have video, the worst national anthem rendition in the history of the national anthem.
Oh boy.
And this catch as well. It's all coming up next in our great clips of the week. Roseanne Barr and Carl Lewis, what do they have in common? Well, both tried to perform the national anthem at a sporting event, and it went badly.
That's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, JJ, at a minor league baseball game in North Carolina, tops them all.
Great clips of the week.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light who's... Right. Let me hear you, people. Least the so bright beaming and the...
Nice suit, bro, but you can't sing. The High Point Rockers just opened a brand new $36 million stadium, and that was the best they could do for a national anthem singer. Ouch.
It's just so painful.
Keep your day job. What's more important than French fries? Nothing. Well, apparently a foul ball, but dude, you just wasted probably like $20 worth of French fries.
Yeah.
I hope it was worth it.
That might be a bargain.
Wait a minute. That was a Dodgers fan sitting next to a Giants fan?
How does that work?
I don't get it. Monday, Brewers and Rockies, Ryan McMahon catches a laser.
Okay.
Pretty good. Too bad my Rockies stink this year.
There's a lot of baseball left to play. Hey, Tuesday against the Rainiers, Bees game rained out. In fact, it was so cold, snow started gathering on the tarpon. Why not? The Rainiers taking full advantage with a snowball fight. Hashtag Utah weather.
Jeez. All right. Kevin Pillar made a lot of catches in center field with the Toronto Blue Jays. He's still pulling stunts at the wall like this in his new home in San Francisco. This guy's a superhero. Climbing the wall like Spider-Man.
Yeah, yes.
Speaking of Spider-Man, we got another one. How about Cameron Maybin of the New York Yankees? He's going to rob a home run. Great catch.
Attaboy, Cameron.
Oh,
I don't know if it's as good as Spider-Man, but that's still pretty amazing.
No, it's not, but it's still worthy of our great clips of the week.
Well deserved.
And you know what? We found true love here. Congrats to Real Salt Lake fans. Todd and Nikki, they got engaged at the RSL versus Timber match on Saturday. When I think of romance, I think of the game of soccer. And Leo the Lion. That's awkward. What's he doing there?
Get him out of there.
So what does Leo the Lion have to do with this?
Get him out of there, man. Is he the ring bearer for the wedding
Apparently.
now?
Okay, well, he's going to be the best man, I guess. How about that?
I can think of a lot of things to do for an engagement. I don't know that a soccer match is one of them.
But they're big fans. It's all good.
Hey,
all
whatever.
Right. We have one correction. There were 5 grand slams in Major League Baseball today. We blew it. The Mariners hit one out. Jay Bruce, a grand slam, and a 10-0 win over the Indians.
It's all made right now.
There you go. See you tomorrow.